Hello and welcome to the Skyler London video on toning. I have my beautiful model here, Michael, with me today, and we're going to be doing a toner on him. So as you can see, he has very, very dark hair naturally. He does have a few white hairs usually in there, but they have recently just been tinted. And he has like a little bit of balayage through the lengths and ends, just a few little pieces, but they sometimes go a little bit warmer than he'd like. He almost likes it to look like pretty dark, but with a little bit of like something going through the lengths and ends. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the color as it is. We're just going to add some toner just to sort of take away from that warmth. He did have his color done about 3 weeks ago, and the toner will fade on this type of hair because he is so dark. The warmth is so strong coming through. So what we're going to do is we're going to pop a toner on. We're going to leave it for about 15 minutes. And what that's going to do is it's going to help to reduce all that warmth through the lengths and ends. It's also going to add a bit of depth as well. So it's going to make the hair just slightly more depthy and not as sort of contrasty looking. To be fair, it's actually still quite good in comparison to what it normally fades out to be, but we're just sort of looking to make it look really nice, perfect, almost like a nice smoky kind of shade. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to cleanse Michael's hair first, and that's just going to help to sort of open the cuticle slightly, and it's just going to keep the hair really nice and clean, ready to accept the toner. We'll apply the toner, then we'll give it another nice shampoo, nice conditioning head massage, and then we'll be ready. So before toning the hair, I'm actually cleansing it with the Purology Hydrate range. Now the good thing about this range is that it is moisturizing, but it's not going to make the hair feel too flat. And also, because it is color safe, it's going to help protect the color that we're going to apply afterwards. When you're shampooing, it's really important just to shampoo the scalp, as when you rinse it, it does go through the end. So if you're looking to maintain your toner a bit more, just shampooing the roots is definitely going to help. So before applying the toner, we're going to really towel dry the hair well. This is going to help the hair not to have too much water in it. We do generally tone when hair is wet, not when it's dry. So usually it does happen after another color service. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, like I said, towel dry the hair, and then we would want to try and detangle the hair as much as possible before we go ahead with the toning service. This is really important because where the tangles are, sometimes they can be in like little knots, and that means that the toner won't spread very evenly. So I'm just going to grab my brush, ta-da, and I'm going to go through and just detangle the lengths and ends. If the hair is really tangly beforehand, you can use like a little bit of a hair oil or a little bit of like a porosity equalizer, some like a little spray or something just to help. But Michael's hair is pretty good. I mean, a lot of people's hair will detangle quite easily with a really good detangling brush and just a little bit of patience as well. So as you can see, that took me a few strokes, but Michael's hair is definitely not as knotty as it was before. It's also going to help you to apply your toner in different sections to make it a lot quicker and easier to apply, and also give you a much more even coverage. Obviously the best detangling brush in the world is our own, the Skyler London brush. £10 babes, £10. Well, the reason why it's different to a traditional detangling brush, such as the Tangle Teaser, is because it has a handle. Now, for hairdressers, they're very good at generally having and holding the Tangle Teaser in one hand. But for someone who is a consumer, who is at home, possibly in the shower, they've got a lot of conditioner in their hands, it's very slippy, they generally do feel like the Tangle Teaser will slip out of their hands quite easily. I do believe it is personal preference, and I don't think that one is necessarily better than the other, but I have found that with this, you get a really nice control with the way that the handle sits. You can use the back as like a push to help push the brush through. I feel like the bristles are hard but not too hard, and soft but not too soft, so they're really good at sort of getting out the tangles. And also, one thing that a lot of people do mention about other detangling brushes is the noise that it makes. Sometimes it can make quite an unsatisfying noise when you're taking out knots, and I feel like this one doesn't, like the noise is not too strong. So after I've detangled the hair, I'm going to get my towel again, because this will help to just towel dry it off once more. So obviously before any colour service, we're going to be applying our gloves. This is going to help to protect us from the colour. So I'm going to take my pintail comb, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to part the hair as well as I can while it being down. And then I'm just going to section it off to create like different segments. This is going to help to, like I said, get a really nice, clean, consistent toner result, and just make sure that all the hair is covered. I see a lot of hairdressers or people just chucking toners on, but toners are probably one of the most important, if not the most important part of a blonding service. So it shouldn't be taken lightly in terms of the application. It really needs to be done very well. So I'm just going to start applying through this first section here. Here is what we call a wow comb. So this comb is really good for helping to distribute toners really evenly. It has like a little turn twist at the top. So when you brush through the hair, it helps to spread the toner, but without taking it away from one other place. It just sort of removes excess and helps to brush it through. So after we've done that, we want to sort of emulsify it with our hands and then get our wow comb and just brush that through to distribute evenly. So then if you work in sections, it's definitely going to help to make it a lot easier for you to understand which bits you've done and which bits you haven't. Right, so we finished applying our toner now. This is going to be on for up to 20 minutes. For Michael's hair, because we are using something that's quite strong, we may only need to put it on for about 10, but we always want to try and watch a toner. So leave it 5, come back, leave it 5, come back. But since I'm here, I'm going to just keep watching it. So my toner's developed now, so I've just rinsed, and now I'm going to shampoo again just to get out any excess toner. It's really important that you're shampooing after your toner because it is an oxidative color and you really want to make sure that it's out of the hair. So I'm just going to pop some conditioner on through the lengths and ends and brush that through. Then we're going to leave the conditioner on for about 5 minutes, then we're going to rinse. So this is my beautiful model, Brigitte. As you can see, she is a scalp bleach. So she normally has a scalp bleach, but it's probably been about 2 to 3 weeks since she's last had it done. She's generally not a fan of really ashy tones. She likes it to be quite neutral and not warm, but not cool either. So we're not looking for like a real silvery blonde. We're looking for something that's just gonna take out that little bit of yellow that's come through as she's been washing it and just make it look a little bit cleaner. So what we're going to do, we're going to apply a nice toner through the lengths and ends, and then we will see at the end. So we're just going to cleanse Brigitte's hair first. We're going to be using the Pureology Perfect for Platinum range. Really, really nice to help. It doesn't actually, it's not like a purple shampoo or anything, but it does have a blue element to it. So what it helps to do is helps to illuminate and it helps to brighten and keep blonde looking fresh. Right, so I'm just going to towel dry the hair off really nice and well before I apply the toner. Just going to make sure all the areas are nice and dry, especially the roots, because we are applying it pretty much right to the scalp on this application. Then once again, just before I start, I'm going to brush through the hair just to make sure that we have a nice even application of our toner. And even with hair that's scalp bleach, as long as you're nice and soft with it, it definitely can be brushed through without any pain. Because we're applying Brigitte's toner pretty much all the way through, we're not going to pre-section it off. What we're going to do is we're just going to apply it as if we were applying a normal root tint. So I'm just going to take it down the center and apply. Now it's really important that this toner is done really nice and evenly because the color is one color all over. When you're toning like balayage or highlights, there are always areas of light and dark, whereas in a scalp bleach, it's all lightened to the same level all the way through. And what I'm doing is I'm just applying to the roots first because these are the warmer areas in her hair, and the lengths and ends, because they've obviously been bleached previously more than once, they are slightly lighter and ashier, so I'm not going to apply to there straight away. Right, so it's fully developed now, so I'm just going to rinse it out and I'm going to apply Smart Bond Step 2. We use Smart Bond in Brigitte's colour because obviously, like we said, her hair is a scalp bleach, so it is a little bit more fragile, and also it will just help to keep the bonds nice and together, just help to give the hair a bit of love and care as well. So this is the finished result of my toner looks. As you can see on Michael here, we've got a lot more of an ashier result, a lot more smoky, a lot more natural looking. And I finished it off just with this sort of very beautiful natural wave. Because he is a gen, we tend not to do like big sort of glamorous waves because it won't look very natural and it almost looks very sort of natural and wavy. And then on Brigitte, as you can see, it's made the hair a lot ashier, a lot cleaner, and it's also generally just made it feel a little bit brighter and a little bit blonder for her. And we finished off with these nice sort of relaxed sort of Hollywood type of waves. So thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys again soon.